More Trump supporters are waking up to the reality of their ballot choices, and they are not happy about it. On Reddit, they're realizing that they've been duped. I thought I was voting for peace. I thought the MAGA movement represented a break away from the neocon establishment. All these appointments are giving me the ick. Somebody talk me off the ledge. They're right. Every single nominee gives us the ick. So far, Trump, who claims to be the man of the people, has a billionaire cabinet that's worth over $320 billion. Now, MAGA is fuming because unelected bureaucrats like Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are running the show, an oligarchy in action. They're not draining the swamp, they're deepening, all while plotting to slash every single social program in sight.
Nothing is sacrosanct. Nothing. They're going to put everything on the table.
That's what they told lawmakers. Everything is on the table, and that includes Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
Trump's swamp is full of felons, rapists, traitors, abusers, cheaters, alcoholics, and more. It's like a dystopian season of Survivor. No one wants to watch, but you just can't look away. Like thrice-married Pete Hegseth, a man who has had multiple affairs and even more scandals to his name. Here, watch this.
Hegseth isn't just unqualified to be Secretary of Defense. He's embarrassing, sick, struggles with alcohol, drunken rages in bars and strip clubs, fired from 2 veterans organizations for financial and personal misconduct. While at Fox, Hegseth paid off a woman after she reported he sexually assaulted her. Pete Hegseth's own mother calls him an abuser of women. These aren't the qualities of a leader. They're weaknesses for our enemies to exploit.
Again, his own mother said this to him in a 2018 email. You are an abuser of women. That is the ugly truth, and I have no respect for any man that belittles, lies, cheats, sleeps around, and uses women for his own power and ego. You are that man and have been for years, and as your mother, it pains me and embarrasses me to say that, but it is the sad, sad truth. I'm sorry, what's that? His mom just went on Fox News to defend him?
If we all went back 7 years, we would see that maybe we were not the people we are today. And I want people to look at Pete, understand him for who he is today, and to disregard the media. That was 7 years ago. And most of it is misinformation.
You sure about that?
Nothing screams I'm qualified to be the Secretary of Defense quite like having your mommy fight your battles for you. But I thought Pete Hegseth didn't want women in combat. Now, some of Trump's nominees have already dropped out, like former Congressman turned cameo boy Matt Gaetz, because, surprise, the investigation into him allegedly having sex with a minor came back into the national spotlight. How it ever left the spotlight is a story for another day, but leave it to Republicans to save the children. Save the children from Matt Gaetz by suppressing the ethics report. But it's the glaring lack of, let's call it melanin in Trump's cabinet that has many black Trump supporters upset and feeling left out with his second-term picks. Bro, we voted for you. Hire some of us. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but he's not going to because Donald Trump is a racist. Looking at Trump's nominees is like flipping through a Mayo catalog. Every page is the same, except for Scott Turner, who's clearly in the wrong brochure. Scott Turner holds a nominated position once occupied by Ben Carson, the other lone black guy from Trump's first term. You know, the guy who always looked like he wandered into a meeting by accident and thought Oreo was the same thing as an Oreo cookie.
Do you know what an Oreo is?
An Oreo?
I'd also like you to get back to me, if you don't mind, to explain the disparity in REO rates. Do you know what an REO is?
An Oreo?
No, not an Oreo. An REO. REO.
Real estate?
What's the O stand for?
The organization?
Owned. Real estate owned. That's what happens when a property goes to foreclosure. We call it an REO.
I feel like Trump hears urban and immediately thinks, black job. The sad reality is to Trump, black people are nothing more than the hired help at Mar-a-Lago or a prop to get the vote or just a vote.
And a fellow Trump supporter said that all he needed was my vote. I'll never be part of the MAGA family. And that I'm black, I'll never be accepted, but he just got my vote. Nah, that's crazy. Like, I love MAGA Nation, I love the MAGA family, and that breaks.
So the plot keeps thickening. I ain't gonna say nothing yet. I just want y'all to listen to the rest of what he said in his video.
And that breaks my heart that someone would speak to me like that right after the election, that all I was a vote. Nah, I love all you guys, and I know most of you MAGA family members are not racist, and I love you guys, and I'll keep repping MAGA Nation, Trump 2024, but that really broke my heart that some guy would say that. Extremely heartbroken.
Not only are you black, but you are a Trump supporter. But somehow a fellow Trump supporter who's white was racist to you. And you still have managed to make a video, put that silly ass hat on your goddamn head, and still say you gonna stand with the MAGA family. Did you not realize that you weren't welcomed in the first place? Did you not realize that you weren't a part of the family in the first place? Did you not get that memo when that person told you you would never be a part of the MAGA family and all you was to them was a vote? Did that not register to you when you seen that black man get thrown down at that Trump rally? Did that not register? Or did them watermelon jokes not register in PA? Like, I don't feel bad. The fact that you literally put that hat back up on your head shows how delusional and naive you are to believe that these people like you. True definition of an Uncle Ruckus. I cannot believe you literally just bootlicked the whole fucking video, the whole 35 seconds. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Another group of people who are just now realizing that Trump is a liar and only use them for their vote is the gay community. The gay Republican on Twitter complained that he was attacked by the far right. I am heartbroken. I have dedicated a decade of my life to this movement. All Republicans aren't like this, right? Seriously, you're just now realizing that Republicans hate gay people? Another gay Republican voter is surprised to discover that the Republican they voted for wants to make gay marriage illegal. How is this news? These people voted for Republicans to shrink their grocery bills, but surprise, they're about to shrink their rights instead. But a major group who will be feeling the financial pain of Trump's moronic policies are union workers who are now realizing what their vote means.
One of those union leaders also spoke at a Trump rally shortly before the election. He says he was shocked to hear the president-elect come out so strongly against the deal so soon after the election.
Very frustrated with the news that came out last night. I thought, I didn't think that, I didn't expect that to come out. So that was like a gut punch.
Union leaders at the U.S. Steel Irvin Works say 95% of their members are in favor of the Nippon merger, and many of them were at the Trump rally in Pittsburgh the day before the election. The union leaders say they were initially skeptical of the deal, but they came around after meeting with Nippon officials during the summer. Nippon pledged to spend $1 billion to upgrade the 86-year-old hot strip mill at Irvin Works. West Mifflin's mayor says one job at Irvin Works supports another 7 jobs in his community.
I'm sorry, but anyone who thought Trump was pro-union is a fool. Trump's history of being anti-worker, anti-union, anti-labor is as long as a CVS receipt. He said the wages of U.S. workers are too high. He praised the idea of firing workers who are on strike, and then Trump applauded Elon Musk for doing that very thing, even though that is illegal under federal law. Well, that's for now until Project 2025 comes into play. He cosplayed as a McDonald's worker even though he never worked a day in his life. Before he became president, Trump was notorious for paying construction contractors and workers late and refusing to pay them the amount that he promised. Sometimes he would pay tens of thousands of dollars less than he was contracted to pay. Now, before we jump into more of this MAGA regret, I want to quickly thank today's sponsor, PDS Debt. No one wants to think about debt, but the hard truth is many of us will go deeper into debt during the holidays, and I know this from personal experience. Last year, half of American consumers took on debt to cover holiday expenses, and this year, it could happen to anyone. You or me or even our friends and family. It's never too early to start planning to get out, and my friends at PDS Debt can help with a personalized solution just for you. If you're making payments every month on your debt and your balances are not going down, PDS has solutions for you. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there is no minimum credit score required. Bad and fair credit accepted. Save more while paying off your debt in a fraction of the time. Like I said in the beginning, I have had issues with debt in the past. Whether it was dealing with student loans or my credit card during the holidays, it is stressful and overwhelming, especially when interest builds on late payments. Start planning today. Get a free debt analysis right now at pdsdebt.com/Gabe. It only takes 30 seconds. That's pdsdebt.com/Gabe. pdsdebt.com/Gabe. And as UAW President Shawn Fain put it,
Donald Trump is a scab.
It's that very scab that's going to destroy the US economy, and MAGA is just figuring that out right now. Wait, China doesn't pay the tariffs?
So China's not paying tariffs right now? The tariffs are paid by the American companies that import the Chinese goods. That's the way it's such a fundamental, and I see you looking a little confused on this one.
Yeah, I'm confused.
This is the way tariffs work. What Trump did is place tariffs on Chinese imports. By the time the imports get here, China's been paid for this stuff. Maybe they get net 120 terms, right? But in a sense, China has already transacted. The American company who brings the goods in pays the tariffs.
Really?
You're kidding right now.
No, I thought he said he was raising the tariffs by 50 to 100% for Chinese imports.
You got to clip this. I'm begging you. You got to clip this and send it to me.
No.
We are going to be seeing that kind of response a lot over the next 4 years. It's kind of like when Trump said that Mexico was going to pay for the wall, but then didn't. So with Trump wanting to impose a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada and then additional tariffs on China, you can fully expect an economic crash and another global trade war. You know, like the one in 2018 when he was president the first time. Oh, and I almost forgot. Trump also wants to put a 100% tariff on BRICS countries if they try to devalue the US currency. Here are the facts. Donald Trump does not understand what tariffs are or how they work, and now MAGA unfortunately is figuring that out.
Before we do, can I just clear up some stuff from the last time you were here? This is a little over a month ago. Last time you were here, you said that Trump, when he talks about tariffs, is using this as a negotiation tool, and that he is going to do this because we get tariffed so heavily and we have to play by the same set of rules. In that appearance, you said that when it comes to Europe, they slap us with 100% tariffs, and that's why we have to go back at them. You then said that Japan slaps us with 100% tariffs, and you had me going with the conversation that you were telling me, and I was buying into it. I looked it up after you left. That's not the case. On tariffs in the European Union, it's closer to 8% for car tariffs. In Japan, they don't put any tariffs on U.S. automakers. So explain what's really going on and where you came up with those numbers.
Okay. I simplified it. It is tariffs and trade barriers.
All I can say is, for all these groups who feel duped and are now regretting their vote, you knew exactly who Trump was. He was president once before, and also, we told you what he would do. There's a joke that I want to show you that perfectly covers MAGA's regret. It's from David Cross's 2019 comedy special. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to follow me at I am Gabe Sanchez. Also, be sure to subscribe to the audio version of What Was That, perfect for when you're on the go or just relaxing. Catch every episode wherever you listen to podcasts. Until next time, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?